As a business owner, you have to evaluate all of your marketing strategies that are available to you and determine which is going to be the best fit for you and where you're going to see the highest return on investment. In other words, where can you spend your dollars most effectively to generate new customers and increase sales? Well, the Lead Genie is going to give you the power of real-time data insights, bring the power of automation and custom branded turnkey campaigns to overall lower your cost per lead, increase your response rate, and increase your close rate. And what I want to do in this scenario is stack Lead Genie up against one of our competing mediums, being direct mail. It's very popular in industries like dental, chiropractic, insurance agents, real estate agents, mortgage lenders, legal, and automotive. All spend a tremendous amount of money in direct mail. And albeit of any of the campaigns or strategies that are available to business owners, I'll tell you that direct mail is one that we do see people getting consistent results on. However, it is expensive, it's getting more expensive, and it takes consistency over a long period of time to really start to dial in your direct mail campaigns. Direct mail response rates have diminished with advances in mobile marketing, digital marketing, and reaching consumers via direct mail is very expensive, usually costing 65 cents to $1 per piece. All right, and if you break that down into the digital world, that's 65 cents to $1 per impression. All right, that's going to be very important here in a minute when we look at the side-by-sides. Direct mail takes time. You've got design, you've got print, you've got delivery, and the response rates are typically slow. Conversion rates are usually 1/2 of 1% up to 2%, making it difficult to see any return on investment. And direct mail can be difficult to measure as well. Typically, you're not going to see 2% unless you've been consistently hitting a certain demographic or certain geographic area over time. If you just do a one-off mailer, you're probably going to be closer to the 1/2 of 1%. Targeting can also be difficult. Most mailing lists are very limited in the scope of data that you're able to get from it. Oftentimes you don't get any emails or phone numbers, so you just get a mailing list and you don't really know the composition of the demographics in the household. You may have some very light to moderate income targeting, but it's very limited, all right? It's nowhere near the amount of targeting and insight that we have on the digital side of things. It's purely an inbound without phone numbers or emails. You can't follow up with the mail to see what happened with it. You don't know who got it, who trashed it, who had interest, who didn't. You have to just kind of sit and wait and hope somebody calls you back off that mailer, right? So if you look at 1,000 pieces of mail equals one impression, that's 65 cents to $1 per mail. That's $650 to $1,000 cost to get 5 or 10 people respond, right? So if you look at 1/2 to 1 to 2%, you're looking at $650 to $1,000 per 10 leads. It's very expensive. You'd have to convert 20%. You'd have to have a 20% close rate to get a single sale out of this to make it worth your while. At 20% close rate, your cost per lead would be $65 per lead. Best case scenario at $200 per lead, worst case scenario, with an average of $100 cost per lead, all right? So you got to take that into consideration. All right, if it's $100 per lead for an inbound lead, is there a more effective way, or is there a way to get leads inbound calling you or reaching out to you via your website for less than $100 per lead? And the answer is absolutely you can, significantly less with the Lead Genie. But what if you could get in-depth targeting filters like income, credit, marital status, job titles, the industries they work in, phone numbers, emails, and you could also see what they're doing with that piece of mail. If they pull it out of their mailbox, if they look at it, if they pin it up on the refrigerator, if they trash it because they're not interested. Wouldn't it be nice to have those insights and have them in real time? What if you sent a mailer out and you got a notification when somebody went and opened their mailbox and was looking at your postcard, right? And what if you could get another alert that says, hey, they're not interested because they threw it away? And another alert, if you could say that, hey, they pinned it on the refrigerator and he's going to talk with his wife tomorrow about it. Like, wouldn't that be awesome to have? Of course it would. But that's what you're able to get with the data insights that you have with the Lead Genie system. So what if you could send a custom piece to each prospect based on the targeting of that lead? You could get your marketing piece to the entire list instantly and see who checked it, see who opened it, who trashed it, who talked to their spouse about it, who put it on the fridge for later, and you could get a response from that prospect immediately, not wait for the mail to drop during a 7-day window and sit back and wait for another couple of days to see if anybody calls in. But what if this could all happen instantaneously? What if you could send 5,000 to 10,000 pieces for less than the cost of 1,000 with traditional mail? And you could automate the design, the delivery, the response rate, and you could build buyer profiles with that response rate. You could see who's interested over time, who's getting more and more interested based on their interactions with the mail campaigns that you're sending consistently. What if you could send 1 to 2 mailers a week for less than you're sending 1 a month, right? Obviously, consistency with marketing is the name of the game. Consistency and frequency equals conversions. That's a very simple marketing formula that is at the foundation of everything that we do, right? And so the more consistent you can be and the more frequent you can be with that marketing campaign, the higher conversion numbers. Well, with consistency and frequency in direct mail, that equates to a lot of money, thousands upon thousands of dollars. And you're not really able to do anything with it except hope the phone rings. So that's exactly what we've done with the Lead Genie system, is provided you the insights, the instant notifications. We're able to use a lead scoring mechanism to score the interest of that lead based on their interactions with the campaign. We're able to see who opens it, who clicks on the link inside the email that goes to your website, what they do on your website, whether they're not interested in hearing from you anymore. We're able to see all of that instantly. And our design team builds, manages, and creates all of the content going out. So you don't have to come up with a design, you don't have to create it, you don't have to think of when the best time to send it is. Our system handles all of that on autopilot. Here's an example of a campaign that we did, 13,000 sends. We had an audience of 6,900 people, and we sent them 2 pieces, so it equals 13,000. We got 570 leads via instant notifications to the sales reps and live chat engagements. We got 58 booked appointments that happened on autopilot from the campaign inside of the email that we sent, and it resulted in 8 sales, $17,617 in 45 days, right? Versus direct mail, the cost just to send it in postage alone, not design, not any other fees, not printing, but just in postage alone at $4,000. An average response rate of 1% compared to 53% with our system. You can see that this is nowhere near comparison. 1% versus 53% response rate. Absolutely incredible response rate. And we're able to see all of those real-time analytics, and then we're able to build a buyer profile based on their interactions and based on their level of interest. And our sales team can now follow up with the people that are showing interest in our campaign. And we've got an automated sequence that automatically follows up with people who we know received it, who checked it, who went to the website, and follow up with them instantly and dynamically based on what that interaction was with the campaign. So that would be the equivalent of you sending a mailer and automatically being able to text that person the moment that they took a look and opened up your envelope, right? And being able to notify your sales team the moment somebody said that they were interested, right? And not have to wait on them to call you. Here's another example. This was a click-to-call campaign. We sent 12,000 pieces, 1,500 of them opened. We got 27 inbound calls for the client. It was a click to call. So every click equaled a call into the office. So we got 27 inbound calls instantly compared to $5,000 if you were to do this on direct mail. So a fraction of the cost with instant results, and we made it very easy for the customer to quickly call in and speak with our client. This works on smaller scales too. Let's say you're not thinking about sending 10 or 20 or 30 pieces, right? And you're maybe sending 500 to 1,000 pieces. It works in that case scenario as well. So if you look at this, was a small campaign over 7 days, 500 sends, 24 leads were generated in 7 days. Versus if you were to do direct mail, this would cost you $350 just to send it one time with an average of 5 to 10 leads. So that's less than 50% of what the Lead Genie was able to do in just 7 days. And so if you're sending 500 pieces a month, you could send those 500 in 7 days and see 100 or so sales opportunities come out of that over the course of a month versus sending 500 one month, one time, and waiting to see how that shakes out and get 5 to 10 leads out of it on a good day, no less. The Lead Genie converts higher, it costs less, 100% real-time lead notifications and delivery, real-time data and conversion analytics to refine the campaigns as they're running, versus waiting around to determine if the direct mail campaign worked or not. And if it didn't work, you're left to guess and wonder what might have worked. Was it the message? Was it the postcard versus the envelope? Was it the content? Was it the call to action wasn't clear? You don't really know because you don't have the data insights. Versus with Lead Genie, you're able to see whether it was, hey, we didn't get them to open it, so we've got a subject issue or deliverability issue, or we got them to open it, but we didn't get them to go to the website. So now we got a content or call to action issue. We got them to go to the website, but they didn't call the customer. Well, we've got a website or landing page issue, right? We can drill down and make adjustments as the campaigns are running versus sitting back and being reactive and trying to take a guess at what may or may not be working here. We've got lead scoring, we build buyer profiles, dynamic delivery based on those buyer behaviors. So if we know that somebody's more likely to open up a piece of content in the morning, they're going to get their piece of content in the morning versus somebody who's maybe a late evening or late evening or late afternoon tends to engage at that time of day. Then our system is going to automatically send that to them based on the highest probability of engaging. Our average client experiences a 40-to-1 conversion rate and return on investment. So for every $1 they're spending with the Lead Genie, they're making $40 back in terms of sales and revenue. So really, no matter how you put us to the test, no matter what medium you put us against, whether it's against social, direct mail, inbound, outbound, Lead Genie simply does it better. We dominate conversion rates. The return on investment is higher than any other medium out there. And listen, there's no wrong way to generate leads, but there's different ways, and you have different options. You've got to maximize your marketing dollars to drive new leads and give your sales opportunity a fighting chance in this competitive marketplace. And that's what we do best. Schedule a time to talk with one of our marketing experts and show you how we can take your direct mail budget, cut that by 50%, and show you a 50% increase in your conversion numbers and sales opportunities instantly using leadgenieautomation.com.